No mames.
You're watching classified captures, so maybe we should just get on with it, huh? I was gonna say this was AI, but someone in my team, aka Julius, told me that the first clip isn't AI but actual footage. I mean, I know we have glowworms and all, but I haven't seen anything like this. So what are we looking at? Well, the video description says that a snail is trying to eat an isopod. Let me do a quick research. Glowing ice. Oh! Well, it looks like the clip was legit after all. Have any of you seen or dealt with any of these things before? Well, let us know in the comments. Sorry guys, I know this was meant to scare, but I couldn't help it. I'm the only one who thinks this looks like a feisty little guy. Well, I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like a little goblin. I'm tempted to call it a duende, but I don't know. The individual who uploaded the clip claims this little guy was stealing his socks. Not sure what he would be needing the socks for, but judging by its looks, it can't be good. Assuming the clip is real and not a digital creation, of course.
No mames. Si es el duende que me roba mis calcetines. Ya nos vio el güey, cállate.
This clip starts off with someone filming from another room, or, well, is it CCTV? Anyway, mind that. As the video progresses, an individual films and walks towards the chair with a little child. The moment the person arrives and sends the camera to the front of the chair, we see nothing. My first thought when I saw this was, well, hide and seek, nothing serious. That was until I read the video description and found out that the one filming was living alone. Yeah, you heard that right. The person lived alone, so who or what was that child? Well, the person is unsure. The only thing the person knows is that the TV comes on by itself, and whenever they arrive to investigate, there's no one there. This was the first time they caught something, and they believe it's a ghost or a spirit. So what do you think?
Niño.
A little context to this clip. A group of friends were out there enjoying themselves when they noticed something unusual in the sky, so they decided to follow it and ended up in a desert area. When they got there, it didn't take too long for it to land. Instead of calling the police, they fancied themselves explorers and approached. It was at that moment when they saw what they believed was a gray alien. Now, grays are supposed to be small, so being a bunch of guys, they figured they could take him or her. As they got closer, however, whatever that was also decided to climb out. That's when they noticed it was not as small as it looked. They made it out to the place and posted this clip, calling it our first real contact with aliens, but, well, are they telling the truth? Share your thoughts on this one.
Mames, ¿qué hacen? ¡Ay, hijo de su puta madre!
No mames, vete a la verga, güey.
Es esa mamá, esa mamá está más grande.
¿Qué es esa mamá?
Está más grande, está más grande.
Now this looks like a freaky light show, but to the uploader of the footage, this is an angel. Yup, an angel. Now, I know we're used to seeing a large humanoid creature with wings when it comes to our description of angels, but when it comes to angels as described in the Bible, it's not necessarily like that. Ever wondered why angels in the Bible usually told people not to be afraid when they appeared? Yeah, they didn't look like your typical human. Now back to the clip. The individual claims it's one of the biblical angels visiting him. But you gotta ask, what did the angel say to him? As far as I know, they always had a message. And what's more, when I asked my video editor to scrutinize the video, he told me it was AI generated and that there were shadows in places that didn't make sense. Now I'm tempted to go to my editor, but it could be wrong though. You guys take a critical look and share what you think. While you do that, let's revisit the issue in Ohio. In our last episode, I spoke about the boom that occurred and shocked everyone. I later reported that other states had experienced weird things after the boom. Just when I thought I'd spoken about everything that had to do with the Ohio incident, I came across this. It turns out that prior to the meteor, there were Bigfoot sightings in 5 different places in Ohio within 5 days. At least 10 people reported seeing these Bigfoots from different spots in Ohio. Even though they weren't aware of each other, they had similar testimonies. The creature they saw was furry, gigantic, and at least 10 feet tall. They couldn't ask the big guy to stop so they could measure. So, well, this is based on what they believe they saw. Now, everyone is wondering if these alleged Bigfoot sightings have anything to do with the meteor, and if they do, what could that mean for us? I was told this was going to be an interesting one, so let's watch it together. At first glance, it looks like we have a couple of guys trying to explore an abandoned home. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they keep hitting the staircase. You don't mean it. This actually happens when people explore abandoned houses. That was literally a death trap. If it were me exploring the building, well, that would have surely have gotten me. But why would you booby-trap your house? What do you have to hide? Oh, there are some who think the boys planted the trip there just to go viral. If that's the case, well, we're certainly helping them by talking about it. But what if it's genuine? If this footage confirms anything, it's that I'm not meant to roam abandoned houses. They're even more dangerous than I thought.
Whoa! Look at that. Yo, that move straight up killed you right in your head, dude. What's this house? This house ain't fucking up.
Look at that.
That is insane.
Yo, coming right to your
that
head.
thing's got bodies.
Look at this. Look at this.
Yo, that's right in your
No, hold on. You need to stop more. You need to...
Speaking of danger, did you see that? Yeah, that's a paranormal being on a bike. A bike? Is this what they call the speed demon? Anyway, the individuals in the clip are losing their minds over it. They couldn't believe such a thing existed or could exist. Well, assuming we believe it's legit and all true, what do you think that spirit is? Do you think it's the soul of someone who's lost their lives while racing? We don't get details other than the clip, but Julius is here looking at it with those eyes of his, and he's indirectly telling me, well, he doesn't think it's legit. So what do you think? Do you agree with him?
Them trash bags. Who the hell who's ain't folk?
Hey, bro. Hey, wait a minute. Go back to the street. Something on the
Hey, man. Who that was?
Oh, that's a cute little guy. And there's no funny AI business here. I know for a fact these guys are real. Meet the Pygmy marmoset. They're the smallest and cutest monkeys in the world, and yes, I did say monkeys. The Pygmy marmoset is the smallest monkey in the world, weighing around 100 grams and measuring just about 5 inches in body length. Not including its tail. Native to the Amazon rainforest, it feeds mainly on tree sap, using specialized teeth to gnaw holes in bark. I'm tempted to say I want one, but I learned early on as a child that when you love something, you gotta set it free. Me getting one would basically be putting it in captivity. Also, I don't even know if it's legal to own these guys without some sort of special permit.
Азул такой. Вот здесь вот прямо в упор пойдет. Ты понимаешь, как это?
So, the girls you see in the picture uploaded this online seeking answers. And you guessed it, because of the red silhouette in there. Well, then you're right. They were at an event when they took this photo to commemorate the whole thing. Anyway, they believe the red thing in the image is an interdimensional being that showed up in the area while taking the picture. They uploaded this online asking if they were safe and also asking what to do. Now, I have some divided opinions on this. Some believe it's genuine and others think that the ladies needed some sort of cleansing, whereas others felt it was just a bad photograph. There are only a few of the different types of opinions on this, but you've seen it, so what's your opinion too? Now, look at this. Pay attention to her head. Do you say anything unusual? I can't be the only one seeing that some parts of her forehead look gray, whereas other parts look almost inhuman. Now, the one who uploaded this clip believes that she was visited by an apparition. Perhaps the spirit is someone dead. According to her, the head looks the way it is because it's actually rotten. What we're seeing is that Apparition is actually trying to put on a physical form when they don't have any. Well, alright. I have so much to say about this from the logical standpoint, including the fact that lighting might be playing a role here, but, well, she's adamant and believes she's right. To avoid sounding like a non-believer in these things, like I could be anything else, sometimes I've decided to run with the story, but, well, I'd love to know what you think. So tell me. Now, I've seen this before. Jeez, I don't really understand, but this is a guy who does taxidermy and he turns animals into pencil cases. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it's very clever and it's very good and it's like, you know, whatever the hell and stuff. Look, I'm gonna stop there, okay? I really hate, and I hate to swear right now, but quite frankly, bleep this Julius, Aaron, whatever, bleep the I hate this stuff. Hate this stuff. Would you take a pet of yours, whether it be a marmoset, a dog, a cat, a monkey, I don't give a where you come from, and just decide to stick a pencil case in its gut and a razor up its ass, everything else, and just be okay with that? These are animals, man.
This is a rat that I've made into a pencil case, so you can unzip it, pencil inside there, and then you can sharpen your pencil up its arsehole as well.
You know what? Let's head over to Mexico, where strange balls of fire have been spotted in the sky. The clip you're seeing was recorded by a family who noticed the flames while enjoying a little bonding time in the great outdoors. These things showed up out of nowhere and started heading in the same direction. What's more, they made sounds that you wouldn't normally expect to hear from the sky. They sounded like people screaming in agony, according to them. Well, they kept looking around to find where the sound was coming from, and there was no mistake, it was definitely coming from the skies. The fireballs weren't stationary, though. They all headed to one mountain and settled on its peak. Other locals confirmed they'd seen the fireballs, yet no one could explain what was going on. Do any of you have any lore that might explain this, or were you there? Anybody out there, did you see this for yourselves? Man, you gotta let us know in the comments.
Suena horrible, ya es feo. Hoy.
The golden finch. The golden finch. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, they're really weird looking creatures, right? And they turn into this. That's crazy, right? That's just crazy. They look like little aliens to start with, and then they turn into this. Now, come on, we got biologists here. We have people like you watching this program. Can you tell us if this is real? Is this AI? Is this what these things look like before they turn into this? So we're tagged in this clip because there was apparently a ghostly figure in it. Now, look, I've watched it over and over and over. Well, then I saw it. Pay attention to the pathway in the clip. Do you see that? Yeah, there's a figure in the clip that's barely tangible. It appears to be the young lady that has gone into the house. It stays on the path and then moves to the right. You can tell from its movement right away that it's not a natural being. I mean, well, we saw the girl walk in, and she looks perfectly tangible and fine in the same lighting conditions. It's definitely not camera compression or a glitch due to its lighting, but, well, I guess the big question now is, what exactly are we dealing with here? And why was it following the young lady? I've always found it interesting that we spend billions of dollars visiting and exploring space when we have our oceans right here begging for us to explore them. I've always thought it was a preference thing, but this guy right here believes it might be more than that. He believes there's something down there scaring off scientists and government agencies, and he narrows it down to the octopus species. He believes these are alien and dangerous and have been here longer than we know. They got 9 brains, blue blood, and 3 hearts. What sounds more alien than that? Yeah, I guess he's got a point. They've also got skins that can easily adapt to the environment. Do you think the ancient tales of the Kraken might be related to this? Perhaps there's a giant octopus out there scaring NASA and co beyond a certain depth of the ocean. Okay, I'm probably talking too much. Am I sounding a bit mad here? Is it my brains? Anyway, what do you guys think? This next one comes from Ontario, Canada. A lady was out in her cabin settling down for the night when she felt like there was something or someone staring at her. She calls out, moves around till she gets a particular spot in the cabin. Once there, well, she sees no one, but there was something there. Then she looks at the glass. There were marks indicating there had been a face and 2 hands pressed against the glass. There was someone out there looking into her cabin. The big question was what or who. After thoroughly looking through around, she concluded it had to be an invisible figure. Well, there's not a lot of evidence to say otherwise, but, well, what would you have done in her shoes?
It looks like a hand. A freaking face. Like 2 hands and a face. What the fuck is this?
A trail camera set up in a cornfield captured this pair of glowing orbs among the plants. These lights are so clear that it's hard to ignore. The owner of the image was so puzzled by this that he posted the picture with hopes of finding what this could be. Some say it could be headlights in the distance, but how's that even possible? The distance from the nearest road rules out the headlights theory. Others speculate that the orbs could be part of a global phenomenon that we've seen in various parts of the world. You know, the extraterrestrial kind. Then there's others who think they belong to otherworldly creatures crossing into our planes. The theories are endless, but the truth can be just one. What do you think it is? This footage was taken in Orlando, Florida, where a huge blue orb was seen flying by. Just look at it. While many hoaxes and fake videos are circulating online, this one feels different. The way it moves in the vivid blue color is truly mesmerizing and eerie. Could this be a genuine sighting of something otherworldly, or is it just another elaborate trick? Florida's history of sightings and mysterious events only adds to the intrigue. From glowing orbs to unexplained aerial phenomenon, the Sunshine State seems to be a focal point for the unexplained. Florida has had many sightings of strange phenomena over the years, making it a hotspot for UFO enthusiasts and paranormal investigators alike. So my question is, what is going on out there in Florida? Is there some sort of portal or interdimensional gateway, or is there a rational explanation for these sightings? Please share your thoughts. This man is shaking, clearly in shock, and lodged in his cap is the disc from a cutting wheel. The disc would have gone right into his skull if he hadn't been wearing a cap that day. Just look at how he's trembling. It looks like his life is flashing before his eyes. This close call is a stark reminder of the unpredictable dangers we face daily. The cutting wheel disc, a tool designed for precision and strength, became a potentially lethal projectile in an instant. The cap, a seemingly insignificant piece of clothing, turned out to be a lifesaver, preventing a catastrophic injury. As the man stands there shaking, it's easy to imagine the rush of thoughts and emotions running through his mind. In moments like these, people often report a sensation of time slowing down, replaying key moments of their lives as they grapple with the gravity of the situation. Have you ever had a close call that made you reevaluate safety precautions? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below.
Thing's kind of creepy. It's like a person's silhouette up in them clouds.
While overseeing mountain renovations during construction, a man unexpectedly spotted a figure standing atop the peak, seemingly serving as an unforeseen foreman. As he zoomed in, the realization of what he was witnessing dawned upon him. It wasn't just any mountain-dwelling creature, it was the legendary Bigfoot, standing tall and appearing rather grumpy. But why would Bigfoot be grumpy? Now, aware that Bigfoot typically inhabits mountainous regions, it became apparent that the construction crew had unwittingly chosen to give the creature's home a makeover without seeking permission. The creature's stance alone conveyed its clear displeasure with the ongoing construction work. It didn't take Bigfoot enthusiasts too long to figure this out, and when they did, they warned the construction workers, but no one took them seriously. Thankfully, no one got hurt because although grumpy, this Bigfoot had no interest in hurting any humans, just like many of the other Bigfoots we have seen around the world. Back in 2018, the US military found itself with puzzling footage of an object flying over a facility in Iraq. The object was nicknamed UAP by US intelligence. This peculiar object looked like a jellyfish, having a strange head-like feature with what looked like tentacles on it. It hovered across the facility, exhibiting color changes from white to black. Now, the experts chimed in with what their take on this celestial mystery could be. They suggested that the color-changing spectacle could be a response to temperature shifts as the object meanders through different locations. As pleasing as that may have sounded to their ears and that of their higher-ups, many were skeptical about the explanation. Despite the skepticism, many believed the military know more than they're letting on. Many thought it could be something alien, perhaps a scout drone from a reconnaissance mission beyond our solar system. Others thought this was nothing more than a mundane plastic bag or something similar stuck on a camera lens. Don't let me be the one to tell you which it could be. Having seen it with your own eyes, what do you think we're looking at? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Next, we've got these strange pixel-like patches of light in the sky that have everyone talking. It's an eerie and captivating sight, leaving us to wonder, what are we looking at? They could be an unusual atmospheric or weather phenomenon. For instance, certain cloud formations, light reflections, or interactions with atmospheric particles can create odd visual effects, especially when artificial lights from the ground interact with weather conditions in specific ways. Could it be something more extraordinary, like a display of unidentified flying objects? While UFO sightings often come with stories of mysterious lights in the sky, another intriguing possibility is that these lights are the result of a light show or laser display. Advances in technology might have it possible to create stunning visual effects in the sky using lasers and drones. Many in our paranormal community do not, however, think that's the case. What say you? How do you feel about the school system? Before you answer, take a look at this intriguing footage. There's an ant on a white sheet of paper, and a hand holding a black marker draws out barriers on the sheet. The ant always diverts its movements when the barriers are drawn. This simple experiment raises an interesting question. How does this relate to our school system? Just like the ants, students in the school system often encounter barriers that influence their paths. These barriers can take many forms: rigid curricula, standardized testing, societal expectations, or even limited resources. When these barriers are drawn, students are forced to navigate around them, sometimes diverting from their true passions and interests. The ants' behavior in this experiment can be seen as a metaphor for how individuals respond to obstacles placed in their educational journey. Instead of freely exploring and discovering their potential, they may find themselves confined within predetermined boundaries, constantly adjusting their course to fit within the lines drawn by the system. What is your take on this? You know those conspiracies of there being another world within our world? The age-old tale of a hollow earth talk? Well, these guys found something that might just prove that theory. On one of their expeditions, these individuals stumbled upon a strange hole in the ice. Out of curiosity, they took out a camera and lowered it into the hole to look inside. What they found was far beyond their own imaginations. Instead of the expected icy expanse, the camera unveiled dried ground beneath the ice. Once this footage hit the internet, many believed this was the evidence they needed to confirm that there is indeed another world existing within our world, aka the Hollow Earth. While some may dismiss it as a quirk of nature or a peculiar ice formation, these individuals let their imaginations run wild with thoughts of subterranean worlds and hidden realms. The Hollow Earth enthusiasts found a glimmer of validation in their unexpected footage. Looking at the footage, I can see why they think that, but do you share in their excitement and enthusiasm? Many don't, especially Julius, my new assistant. Aaron, the believer in all things paranormal, wanted to visit the site, but unfortunately our adventurers refused to disclose the exact location and decided to keep it their little secret. Bummer. I almost fell off my chair when I saw this next image. The picture was apparently taken on the mirror of a motorcycle. Brace yourself for it. The rider, while on the road alone, noticed a strange woman's head perched on his shoulder. The peculiar woman had her tongue out, and it was oddly longer than a normal human tongue. Her eyes were pure white, and the skin around her eyes was dark. Keep in mind that when he saw the woman, he was alone on the motorcycle. He hadn't picked up a passenger, and neither had he made a stop that could allow anyone to join him. So who or what on earth was this human sitting behind him? Many in the online community state that it has to be a spirit. Others think the whole thing is a hoax. What do you think? What do you see when you look at this? While not much information is available to us about the clip, it shows a fish with a human face on its head looking directly at the camera. The footage has left viewers wondering whether this is another case of CGI or a genuinely unique fish in the water. There have been several instances of fish with human-like faces that have gone viral on social media platforms. However, after investigating, it's discovered that some of these fishes are CGI generated, while others are actual unique creatures that dwell in the deepest parts of the ocean. It's fascinating to think about the wonders of the ocean and the vast array of creatures that exist beneath the surface. When we look at this, though, we're not exactly sure what we're dealing with. What do you think could be going on here? Tell us in the comments section. At a festival, a man was seen engaging in a physical altercation, throwing punches recklessly in the air. Most people who witnessed the event immediately assumed that he was under the influence of drugs, as his behavior seemed erratic and aggressive. There were some who thought that there had to be more to his behavior. Some even suggested that there was some inexplicable force pushing him down. They argued that the force was very real and that there had to be something more sinister at play than just drug use. The circumstances surrounding the man's behavior are still unclear, and it's uncertain whether he was indeed under the influence of drugs or if there was an external factor causing his strange behavior. But what do you think? When it comes to UFO encounters, you mostly hear accounts of one saucer sighting, but in this intriguing footage captured in 2023, a woman's camera lens captured a fleet of saucers dancing in the celestial expanse.
What the fuck?
Not just one, but 3, possibly 4, or perhaps even more of these enigmatic flying objects gracing the firmament. A speculation abounds, with some quick to dismiss these celestial dancers as mere drones. A closer inspection reveals the unmistakable silhouette of the classic saucer. You guys see it too, right? What do you think? Please tell us in the comments section. While on a United Airlines flight flying over Denver, Colorado, a passenger spotted this object fly past them. His initial thoughts were, "Oh, a bird." But hey, let's be real, if this was a bird, it'd be one super bird. Whatever this was, it was moving at a speed it would make even the fastest planes look on in envy. Once home, the passenger shared this footage on Reddit, and everyone who saw it was amazed. The speculative buzz surrounding this mysterious object undoubtedly sparked countless debates. Many were quick to point out that it was a saucer. This left them all with more questions than answers. Was it a top-secret government experiment, a cutting-edge aircraft with mind-boggling speed capabilities, or dare we say it, a genuine encounter with visitors from another world? UFO enthusiasts and skeptics alike must have had a field day dissecting every pixel of the footage, scrutinizing for clues, and undoubtedly conjuring up a plethora of conspiracy theories. Hopefully it's what they hope for it to be. And if it is, then you and I are in some serious trouble. Late one night, a group of brave men set out to explore an abandoned building. Armed with a camera, they hoped to capture some interesting footage of their adventure. As they approached the building, they noticed something strange on top of the roof. It was a pale creature with a pair of glowing eyes. They quickly assumed that it was a rake, which is not too surprising given the dangerous cryptid is known for its stealth. Despite feeling scared and apprehensive, the men decided to cautiously approach the building after the creature vanished. They slowly made their way towards it, remaining vigilant and ready to run at a moment's notice. When they reached the building, they saw that one of the windows was open. Curiosity got the better of them, and they decided to take a quick peek inside. To their relief, there didn't seem to be anything dangerous or threatening inside the building. However, they wisely decided not to enter, as they knew that it was better to be safe than sorry. But just as they were about to leave, the creature suddenly reappeared on the roof, scaring them out of their wits. What do you make of this encounter? I know you sometimes don't like me giving my opinions on this subject, but either the team leader is overly dramatic or he needs to work on his acting because, well, his reactions just don't seem natural. But hey, what do I know? Wondering what you're looking at? Well, wonder no more. Late one night, a curious explorer was taking a stroll when he noticed something strange in the sky. From a distance, he saw what appeared to be a light descending from the sky. As they got closer, he realized that there was not one, but two crafts glowing in the night sky. As the explorer looked on in awe, he noticed that the crafts were round, shaped with small round orbs beneath them. The crafts moved slowly toward the ground until they eventually disappeared behind some trees. Now, what do you think that could have been? A UFO or something else entirely? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. During his night shift, a park keeper was serenaded by these haunting sounds coming from the woods nearby. The eerie sounds resembled peculiar howls but carried a distinctively human quality. The gatekeeper, with years of experience in his role, attested that he had never encountered such unsettling sounds in all the years he'd worked there. Intrigued and determined to uncover the source, the park keeper ventured into the woods for an investigation. However, to his bewilderment, he returned empty-handed, unable to pinpoint the origins of the sounds. What do you think this could be? Could it be the nocturnal activities of an elusive creature, their cries echoing through the night? Or perhaps the veil between our world and the supernatural has briefly lifted, allowing us to hear the voices of ethereal entities? Some even entertain the idea of mischievous individuals, potentially dabbling in occult practices or playing elaborate pranks on the unsuspecting park keeper. What about you? What do you think of the whole thing? Personally, I think there's always a scientific explanation to everything. The next clip comes from a man who took a picture as he was exploring the woodlands close to his home. Unknown to him, he'd captured something that many have only dreamed of seeing, the legendary Bigfoot. If you pay attention to the image on your screen right now, you should see just in front of the woods stood an 8 to 9 feet tall creature. The creature has dark fur and is staring straight into the camera. You tell me that's not a Bigfoot. Yet, as with all things extraordinary, skepticism rears its head, with many doubters suggesting it to be nothing more than a hoax. Some stated it was a cleverly edited image, while others suggested it was perhaps a person concealed within a well-designed costume. But what do you say? Is this real, or do you think it's a hoax? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? I don't want Aaron sending a skinwalker after you. Now back to today's episode. A passenger flying over the enigmatic Area 51 captured this fascinating sight below. Amidst the barren desert landscape, they spotted a mountain-like structure that stood out against the rugged terrain. As much as I would want to confirm their thoughts of it being alien, what they witnessed was none other than the Mud Springs volcano. Yeah, at least that's what the government and its scientists want us to believe. The Mud Springs volcano, a dormant volcanic formation, rises prominently in the area. Its rugged slopes and unique geological features make it a striking landmark in this mysterious region. Despite its dormancy, the volcano's presence adds to the intrigue of the already secretive and heavily guarded Area 51. Area 51 is a place shrouded in secrecy and the subject of numerous conspiracy theories. It's known for its association with UFO sightings and classified military projects. So could there be more to this volcano, or is this all there is to it? Meet the galaxy frog, and no, it's not from outer space, although it's a black frog adorned with stunning white spots. This remarkable amphibian is called the galaxy frog. Its unique patterns of white spots scattered across its dark skin make it look like a piece of the night sky brought to life. It's no wonder it's called the galaxy frog. It really does resemble a miniature galaxy, with stars dotting the dark expanse of its body. These frogs are not just a visual marvel, they're also an important part of the ecosystem. Frogs like the galaxy frog play crucial roles in maintaining the health of their habitats by controlling insect populations and serving as indicators of environmental health. Their presence often signals a well-balanced ecosystem. This is a bird's eye view of the incident that took place in Miami quite recently. For those unfamiliar with the situation, a significant police presence enveloped the Bayside Marketplace Mall, sparking rumors of an extraterrestrial encounter. Some witnesses even claimed to have spotted a tall, unidentified figure in the vicinity, adding to the mystery surrounding the incident. Nevertheless, the Miami Police Department promptly dispelled the rumors, clarifying that the heightened police presence was in response to a disturbance caused by a group of teenagers setting off fireworks and engaging in looting. It was definitively stated that the situation had no connection to anything extraterrestrial. Despite the Miami Police Department's assertions, various footage that surfaced after the incident seems to suggest otherwise. In one such video captured from tall buildings in the vicinity, a colossal creature can be observed strolling past the police cars. The figure is unmistakable, raising questions about whether the authorities were attempting to conceal the presence of such a creature or if there's an explanation for the apparent discrepancy in accounts. You know how we've been asking you to send in your footage, and many of you have been hesitating. Well, this capture was sent in by a subscriber of the channel, and you and I are gonna help this person understand what they captured. Looking at the image, what do you see? Julius believes it could be a man in a costume exploring the outdoors, but then again, Julius is just a figment of my imagination. Whilst Aaron believes it could be either an otherworldly or extraterrestrial exploring our lands at night. Given the blurry nature of the capture, there's only so much we can do. But what do you also see when you look at it? Tell us in the comments section. Moving on to something more realistic, we've got tracks that were discovered near the Meek Cabin Mountains. You see these footprints, don't you? Just at first glance, you can tell that although those prints look human, they are in no way human dimensions. The individual who discovered these prints stated that this wasn't the first time his family had come into contact with such prints near the Meek Cabin Mountains. The area has long been described as a Bigfoot hotspot, and although he himself hadn't seen a Bigfoot in the area, his sister had. The experience was allegedly so serious and so traumatizing for the lady that she's refused to talk about it. For a Bigfoot enthusiast, seeing the big guy will be nothing more than a dream come true. Any silence would be in awe and not in fear. For the ordinary person, however, the response would be one of shock and fear. This is probably what's happened to his sister. How can we be sure she really saw a Bigfoot? Well, most individuals who've been to the area described seeing such a being there. And it was not just a hearsay kind of thing. There were always footprints belonging to a huge being or creature there, just like seen in the capture. What do you guys think though? Real or not? Let me know in the comment section. Here we have yet another strange and mesmerizing creature discovered in the depths of the ocean. This time, we have some information on it. Meet the Allitawilami, a marine worm that looks like something straight out of a science fiction movie. The Allitawilami is a species of polycut worm, known for its striking appearance and unusual characteristics. Its body is segmented, and it possesses numerous bristles along its sides, which it uses for movements. But what truly sets this creature apart is its otherworldly appearance. With its vibrant colors and almost alien-like structure, it looks like it belongs on a distant planet rather than in our oceans. Polychaete worms like the Allitawilami play crucial roles in their ecosystems. They burrow into the seabed, helping to aerate sediment and recycle nutrients. Despite their importance, many of these creatures remain relatively unknown, hidden away in the vast and unexplored depths of the ocean. Speaking of aliens, this next image was taken on a trail camera at around 3:45 a.m. The camera was 1 to 1.5 miles off the road and on private property. In the image, we can see a man in a white top and trousers. He had in his hand a storage box. However, what captures attention and sparks intrigue is the peculiar appearance of the man's face. With many questions looming, theories began to fly out of the community. Some suggested it could simply be a man wearing a hat. Others thought it had to be otherworldly, and some also believed it was an extraterrestrial trying to blend in. Which of these do you think is most likely the situation? Share your thoughts in the comments section. I have much to say, but perhaps in the next episode. Until then, enjoy. Our next clip features a creature that was liberated from its icy confines. What the liberator expected to be a creature from the Ice Age turned out to be something that looks like the offspring of the Night King of Game of Thrones. The creature was blue and had a pair of human arms and legs. Its face resembled a baby, but its body looked like an adult creature. If we know anything about conspiracy theories and alien enthusiasts, it's that things like this make the hairs on their necks stand up. Naturally, once this image was posted online, many theories came from both camps. Some argued that it was a relic from an ancient civilization frozen in time and waiting to be on Earth, while others stated that we are looking at something of cosmic origin preserved in the icy embrace of the Earth. As the debate raged on, the skeptics and logical ones stated that this was nothing more than an elaborate hoax. They stated that this had to be photoshopped. Looking at the image, I get where they're coming from, but what if, just what if, this is truly real? Think about it. As much as we'd love to properly investigate this and bring you answers, I guess we can't. I recently stumbled upon this video that has left me questioning my own eyes. The clip shows a tree moving on a street in a residential area, and the last time I checked, trees don't exactly have legs or wings to enable them to move around. Some are suggesting that it could be a drone. However, I'm not entirely convinced by this explanation, and I'm left wondering if the video has been edited or manipulated in some way. The video appears to have been taken on a calm day with no strong winds or weather conditions that might explain the tree's movement. Additionally, the tree itself is quite large, suggesting it would take a significant amount of force to move it. While it is possible that a drone could have caused this movement, I find it difficult to believe that a small device could generate enough force to move a tree of this size. Also, the movement of the tree seems slightly unnatural, almost as if it has been animated, meaning this could be some good editing. But what do you think? CGI, drone, or perhaps the supernatural? Cows are domesticated farm animals that are known for their large size and weight. They're generally not considered to be good climbers as they are not adapted to climbing trees or navigating rough terrain. However, in a surprising turn of events, footage has come to light of a cow that was caught between a tree branch. Naturally, all who saw it had questions. How did the cow end up in this precarious situation? One commenter gave a possible explanation, and that is that the incident occurred during a flood in Thailand. However, when you look at the surroundings, there's no visible evidence of water, making it unclear what happened. It's unclear how long the cow was stuck in the tree or how it was eventually rescued. But what do you think? Did this cow really try to jump over the moon and get stuck, or could there be a more logical explanation? Here we have another strange encounter in the wilderness. A TikToker in Japan embarked on a camping adventure in the wilderness, expecting a serene night under the stars. As night fell, everything was normal until this started to happen. The van began to shake aggressively and the door of the van banged loudly. Now, normally, you'd think maybe there's a storm brewing or perhaps some mischievous critter having a late-night party on the van, but the footage from the outdoor camera he had set up shows nothing of the sort. Naturally, this left room for lots of speculation and theories. Some thought it was a spirit trying to send a message, whereas others could swear it was a forest guardian playing pranks on unsuspecting campers. As interesting as each of these theories might be, there's certainly no way to confirm which is true. One thing we can confirm, however, is that the young lad is lucky to have made it out in one piece without any damage to his body or soul. Just a quick reminder before the next clip comes, if you still haven't liked, commented, subscribed, could you do so right now? You wouldn't want me to send Mr. Bigfoot after you now, would you? Our next clip takes us to the depths of a mysterious cave, where a group of intrepid individuals stumbles upon a creature. It had the curious eyes with an otherworldly glow that drew immediate attention to its strange and captivating appearance. Upon closer inspection, the creature's ears exhibited an unusual structure resembling human ears, yet with a distinctive twist. Notably, the lower part seemed absent, while the upper part took on a pointed appearance at the tip. The brave explorers decided they'd stumbled upon something beyond the ordinary, and took matters into their own hands and managed to secure the creature, suspecting it might be a jinn. For the uninitiated, a jinn is a supernatural entity often depicted in Middle Eastern mythology. They said to possess unique powers and exist in a realm beyond our normal perception. But if that's the case, how did these guys manage to capture one, using just physical force? Unable to find answers to these, some debate that this may be nothing more than a mutant, perhaps a reptilian man. I know what you're thinking, that's even more ludicrous than the jinn, but how do you explain what we're seeing? Reports of UFO sightings frequently involve objects seen in the sky that leave people feeling uneasy and curious. However, now and then, someone might catch a glimpse of a UFO on land. One such case involves a driver who had an unusual encounter while making their way home. While driving on a highway, he came across a large truck that was transporting what appeared to be a UFO. Although it's unclear whether this object was an actual alien spacecraft, it did bear a remarkable resemblance to the classic description of a flying saucer. The mysterious sighting raises several questions. Is it possible that someone is transporting an authentic UFO, or is there a more mundane explanation for the sighting? Could it be a top-secret military experiment or a clever marketing stunt? Share your thoughts in the comments section. While walking through the woods, someone allegedly came across this. it was a floating tank of some sort, but unlike the regular war tank, this one was smaller and flatter. But why is this thing floating? A commenter stated this: "Some call it UFO, others call it drone." Indeed, both explanations offer intriguing possibilities. The thought of extraterrestrial visitors maneuvering among the trees ignites the imagination, conjuring images of otherworldly beings exploring our planet. At the same time, the idea of cutting-edge drone technology pushing the limits of what's achievable is equally captivating, highlighting the advancements humans have made in aerial innovation. So could it be UFO tech or a human-made drone? A part of me thinks neither. A part of me thinks it may be a prop that was set up for this clip in an attempt to gain 5 minutes of fame. But what do I know? Imagine walking out of your room to enjoy the evening sky and then coming across this. While the visual spectacle is undeniably captivating, let's not forget that lurking beneath the mesmerizing display is a force of nature that demands respect. The sheer power and unpredictability of these bolts makes them a force to be reckoned with. As we marvel at the awe-inspiring beauty of the night sky set ablaze, it's crucial to acknowledge the inherent danger that accompanies such displays. Lightning storms, as spectacular as they may look, can be very dangerous. Observe the appropriate precautions during such storms, and whatever you do, don't pick up your camera and stand in the rain trying to get a picture. You might not make it back home. Next, take a look at this security footage of a backyard that captured something rather sinister. The video starts off with what appears to be a calm night with nothing out of the ordinary, but in a few seconds we see something emerge from the darkness. Behold, it was a tall, pale figure with an imposing stature that dwarfed the surrounding trees. Standing at an impressive height, estimated to be around 8 to 9 feet or more, this being appears to be in black attire. The creature's unsettling presence is accentuated by its glowing eyes, casting an otherworldly appearance. What creature could this be? Is it a wandering zombie, which would explain why it's wearing clothes, or is there more to it? I mean, its height is definitely not human. Or am I sleeping seeing what's not there? What do you guys think? If you have ophidiophobia or the fear of snakes, consider this your cue to move to the next clip. If you don't and want to watch anyway, then be my guest. Here's a stunning close-up of a reticulated python, one of nature's most awe-inspiring creatures. Fascinating, yet scary. Julius confirmed that this was not CGI, which makes me a tad uncomfortable. Like, why would you be moving near a snake that big? Julius thinks it might be a pet, but I don't know about that. For those seeing this for the first time, the reticulated python, known for its intricate and mesmerizing scale pattern, is the longest snake in the world, capable of reaching lengths of 20 feet. In this close-up, you can see the intricate details of its scales, each one reflecting light in a way that highlights the beautiful reticulated pattern from which it gets its name. The scales shimmer with hues of gold, brown, and black, creating a camouflage that blends seamlessly with the forest floor. These pythons are native to the rainforests, woodlands, and grasslands of southeastern Asia. Their striking appearance is not just for show, it's an adaptation that allows them to blend into their surroundings, making them formidable ambush predators. They rely on their powerful constricting abilities to subdue prey, which can range from small animals to birds. This is why the thought of it being a pet worries me. This looks like a neighborhood that might have kids. What happens when the snake decides to want something a bit more, human? Next up is our bonus segment. Your answers in our previous segments have just been on point, and we're still compiling. But I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to have you guys guessing what this thing is. I have a lot to say, but I won't. Take a look at this for a few seconds and let me know what you think. I can't wait to read your responses. During a walk through the wilderness, someone came across this hole in the ground. Usually looking at the hole, you would think it was some kind of pit or watering hole, but instead it was something entirely different. As our curious wanderer trains the camera lens on this unsuspecting hole, brace yourselves for the jaw-dropping revelation. Instead of the anticipated pit, what's unveiled is a mysterious spiral staircase leading into the depths of the earth. Yeah, you heard that correctly, an underground facility right there in the heart of the wilderness. This facility had lights on it that were still switched on. Now, either this is like one of those World War bunkers that had some pretty good technology that can keep the lights on for all these years, or this is a secret facility. If it's the former, kudos to the engineers who crafted the bunker that can keep the lights on for what seems like forever. But if it's the latter, then we have a problem. What could they be hiding from us that requires a top-secret underground facility in the heart of the wilderness? This man who saw this bizarre-looking worm and put it in his palm. As the man taps the creature, it responds by extending what appears to be a whitish root into the man's palm. This raises the questions about what this creature could be. Leeches, known for their blood-sucking tendencies, typically don't exhibit this kind of behavior. However, the presence of a root-like extension raises questions about the creature's biological characteristics and its interactions with its environment. Without much info on this creature, we're torn between speculations on whether this creature is a known species displaying a unique behavior or if it's an entirely new species that has been discovered. This strange-looking creature was spotted at night on some muddy grass. At first glance, it resembles a very large salamander, but there are some distinct differences that make it stand out. It has a smooth, pink, hairless body with pronounced wrinkles running down its back. The head is especially unusual, with weird shapes and protrusions that don't match any known animal. It's like something straight out of a science fiction movie, but the footage seems too real to be edited. The way it moves, the light reflecting off its skin, everything about it looks authentic. So here's the big question. What is this creature? Despite searching, I couldn't find anything that matched its description. It doesn't fit into any known category of amphibians or reptiles, and its unique features make it a real mystery. If anyone has seen something like this before or has any idea what it might be, please share in the comments. Next, we've got an interesting discovery made in the middle of nowhere. The ground appears to be dried clay with a spiral drawn on it. Surrounding the spiral were mirrors with white frames except for one. In all the mirrors, you could see the reflection of the mirror opposite it, except in the black framed mirror. The only thing reflecting in that one was the clay ground. The spiral is a symbol often associated with spiritual journeys, cycles, and transformation. Its presence here suggests that whoever created this arrangement might be invoking or channeling some form of energy or intention. The mirrors, reflecting each other, create an infinite loop, a visual effect that could symbolize the endless nature of certain mystical concepts, such as time, consciousness, or the universe. The black framed mirror is particularly unsettling. Its failure to reflect anything but the ground breaks the symmetry and suggests a deeper, perhaps darker purpose. Could this be an area used for witchcraft or black magic? If you have any ideas or have encountered something similar, share your experience and thoughts with us in the comments section. We'll be reading.
Aquí vemos esta grieta en el ejido Coronel J. Juzgable. Pues no sé si CONAFOR podrá ayudarnos en estas lamentables hechos, pues aquí que se raja la tierra.
This footage taken in Mexico on September the 7th, 2024, shows a massive crack that appears near the city of Hermosillo. This crack is incredibly deep and stretches for a long distance, cutting through the landscape in a way that seems almost unnatural. Locals are baffled as there is no immediate explanation for what could have caused such a massive fissure. Could it have been the result of seismic activity or perhaps underground shifts due to erosion or water table changes? Some suggest it might be linked to earthquakes, while others believe it could be a sign of ground instability from human activities like drilling or mining. What do you think caused this crack? Could it be a natural disaster waiting to happen or something else entirely?
No sé, 4 metros. Yo creo que tendrá de hondo aquí la tierra. Métete en una zanja, chuluco, a ver qué tan.
If you love having clean, white, and strong teeth and use a ton of products to get the results, then this clip is for you.
3 worst things in natural toothpaste.
You really want to know?
I do.
Start with fluoride, sodium lauryl sulfate. Let's talk about oils they put in that kill everything. Toothpaste was developed by soap makers, 100 years ago. Even the color, that fluorescent blue, that's made from petroleum. It's a carcinogen. That was originally made from coal tar. It's now petroleum. It's a known carcinogen. They're still using saccharin. They're still using aspartame. They're using chemicals that are known to be harmful.
You heard him right, and the funny thing is, he's a dentist, but being totally honest. Or is he? I did some research to confirm the information he was sharing, and boy, I was not ready for what I discovered. It turns out that toothpaste, which is a seemingly essential part of our daily hygiene routine, often contains a mix of ingredients that may pose potential risks to our health. Fluoride, one of the most common ingredients, is often debated due to its association with dental health issues when consumed in excessive amounts. Sodium lauryl sulfate, another widely used component, is responsible for the foaming action in toothpaste but can irritate the gums and mouth. Additionally, some brands include oils that indiscriminately kill both harmful and beneficial bacteria, disturbing the natural balance of the oral microbiome. Surprisingly, modern toothpaste formulations trace their origins to soap makers from over a century ago, and many of these ingredients remain in use today despite advancements in dental care. Moreover, some toothpaste brands use artificial colorants, such as fluorescent blue, which is derived from petroleum and contains coal tar, a known carcinogen. The sweet taste we associate with many toothpaste products is often due to artificial sweeteners like saccharin and aspartame, both of which have raised concerns regarding their long-term health effects. These synthetic additives, while enhancing taste and appearance, may expose consumers to unnecessary health risks. As we become more aware of the potential dangers hidden in everyday products, it's essential to consider more natural, non-toxic alternatives that prioritize oral health without compromising overall well-being. How incredible would it be to give your body a full year off from these chemicals and let it detox naturally? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Are there any alternatives to toothpaste you recommend? Drop your suggestions and comments below.
3 worst things in natural toothpaste.
You really want to know?
I do.
Start with fluoride, sodium lauryl sulfate. Let's talk about oils they put in that kill everything. Toothpaste was developed by soap makers, 100 years ago.
Recently, footage has emerged of a strange glowing object in the sky that kept changing shape. The object has left many people in awe and wonder, trying to determine what it might actually be. Do you see it? See how it transformed within a few seconds. Some have suggested that it could be a genuine UFO craft piloted by extraterrestrial visitors from beyond the stars. Others have speculated that it might be an actual entity of some kind existing beyond our comprehension. However, some believe that it's all just a clever hoax designed to deceive people. Looking at the clip, I can understand why many would think it's a hoax, but well, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter. What do you think is going on here? Take a look at this footage that was mailed to us. It was captured by a doorbell camera and showed a mysterious object moving across the doorway. At first, it appeared to be some kind of shadow, but as it moved, it began to emit a bright glow which caught my attention. As you continue to watch the footage, you'll notice that the object seems to be moving slowly and deliberately, almost as if it were crawling along a surface. After closer inspection, I realized that it was a snail that had somehow made its way onto the camera lens and was slowly making its way across it. Either that or there's a giant snail out there and these people are not safe. Before you criticize me in the comments section, I'm joking, please. Or am I? Anyway, what do you think about the whole thing? The Appalachian Mountains have long been a hotspot for strange occurrences and mysterious lore. Over the years, countless people have reported hearing odd sounds, seeing unexplainable things, and experiencing eerie sensations while visiting the area. Recently, a man living near the region shared a video of his unsettling experience during a hike in the woods. In the footage, he captures a deep, heavy noise, almost like a scratchy hiss, that resonates through the trees. The sound continues for some time, creating a tense and unnerving atmosphere. The man, clearly on edge, yells out, possibly hoping to scare off whatever was making the noise or even catch a glimpse of it. But despite his efforts, nothing appears in the footage. So what could be making these sounds? Some might say it's a large animal like a bear or a mountain lion, but the scratchy hiss seems unnatural for typical wildlife in the region. Others speculate that it could be something more elusive, perhaps a cryptid or something tied to the countless strange stories that surround the Appalachian wilderness. What are your thoughts? How do you feel about hypnotism? It's a fascinating concept, isn't it?
What's your name?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You don't know your own name?
Take a look at this man hypnotizing people, making them forget their own names. It's wild. Just look at their faces. They've absolutely no clue what their name is. Completely blank. Now, Julius doesn't buy it. He thinks it's all staged. But what do you think? Is this real, or are the participants just playing along? Also, if you've ever experienced hypnotism or know someone who has, share your story in the comments. Let's see if there are some real-life encounters out there.
You no longer remember anything about your name?
Wait.
Yeah.
What? You got it, bro. You got it, bro. You got it.
Now, after a potentially groundbreaking discovery last year, NASA's James Webb Space Telescope is being used to investigate tentative evidence of a sign of life.
During a recent interview with the LBC network, Professor Niku Madhusudan, an astrophysicist at the University of Cambridge, discussed the possibility of finding life on the exoplanet K2-18b.
Okay, well, what would be the best result in terms of what you could find?
So there are two end member scenarios, so to speak. So we might find a very strong signal of dimethyl sulfide, showing us that robustly is there in the atmosphere of this planet. And that would be quite remarkable.
According to Professor Madhusudan, there is a 50-50 chance of discovering life on K2-18b, which is located approximately 110 light-years from Earth in the constellation Leo. K2-18b is considered a super-Earth and is believed to have a similar composition to our planet. The exoplanet orbits a red dwarf star and is positioned within the star's habitable zone where the temperature is just right for liquid water to exist. While the discovery of life on K2-18b would be groundbreaking, Professor Madhusudan cautions that there is still much research that needs to be done before any definitive conclusions can be drawn.
The consequences are immense because you have to realize this is the first time we are seeing an Earth-like biomarker, would be seeing if it's confirmed.
Nonetheless, the possibility of finding life beyond our solar system is an exciting prospect, and one that continues to captivate the scientific community and the public alike. Wouldn't you agree? Have you had a chance to see the video of the mysterious object in the sky yet? According to reports, someone captured footage of a fascinatingly unique glowing object hovering in the night sky. The object has an unusual shape that's transparent and, if you ask me, mesmerizing. It's difficult to determine the exact size of the object, but it does appear to be large. Although the cameraman struggles to keep it in focus, the object does appear to be stationary for an extended period. We're not sure what this is supposed to mean, but if this is real, then there's the need to find answers. What do you think, though? Is this authentic? If it is, what do you think we could be dealing with? America. Let me share some shocking information with you. Did you know that moldy coffee is actually being sold in the US? Yes, you heard that right. Let me break it down for you.
There's mold in coffee? It's a big deal. China, all of Europe, and most of South America have government laws protecting their populations from mold in coffee. So I'm not making this up. This is a globally known issue. In the US, there's no law.
Other countries where stricter regulations apply won't allow coffee contaminated with mold to hit the market. But in the US, it seems that moldy coffee is being shipped in containers from overseas and still making its way to store shelves. It's concerning, isn't it? And what's even more disturbing is that this has been researched and documented, yet somehow it's being fed to citizens here. The idea of mold in something as common as coffee really makes you think about what else might be slipping through the cracks when it comes to food safety. What do you think about this? Are we being too trusting of what's being sold to us, or is it time to question what we are consuming more closely?
There's mold in coffee? It's a big deal. China, all of Europe, and most of South America have government laws protecting their populations from mold in coffee. So I'm not making this up. This is a globally known issue. In the US, there's no law. And
technology is definitely pushing boundaries once again.
Folks, have your passports out this time. Passports out, please.
Thank you, Nicholas. You're all set.
This footage shows a man at Houston Airport where facial recognition technology has replaced the need for traditional passports. All he had to do was stand in place, look at the machine, and just like that, his face was scanned and his identity confirmed. There's no denying the convenience and speed this brings. Imagine traveling without the hassle of digging through your bag for a passport or ID. But as AI and tech grow stronger, there's this lingering question. Should we be excited or concerned? On one hand, it's incredible to see how far technology has come, making processes smoother and more efficient. But on the other hand, there's that unsettling feeling about how much control and data we're giving over to machines. Is this the future we're stepping into, where our identities are constantly monitored and logged by AI? It's hard to say if we should embrace this or be wary of what it could mean for our privacy. What do you think? Convenient innovation or cause for concern?
Folks, have your passports out this time. Passports out, please.
Thank you, Nicholas. You're all set.
Computer processing programs are very good now at reproducing lighting from any angle. So we can use those computer techniques with the actual data.
Now look at something truly out of this world. Over the years, numerous researchers and drones have been deployed to Mars to explore the planet and assess its potential for human habitation. During one such mission, a strange and intriguing discovery was made. Back in 1976, a photograph taken of the Martian surface revealed what appeared to be a face. The original photo wasn't very clear, but it showed some facial features that had people talking. People were skeptical, debating whether it was an actual face or just a trick of light and shadows on the rocky terrain. Years later, scientists revisited the image with more advanced technology to scrutinize it further. This time, they produced a much clearer image that undeniably showed a shape resembling a human face on the planet's surface. The detail was remarkable, and it reignited the debate about what this face could be. Some experts have suggested that the face is simply the result of natural phenomena, perhaps unusual rock formations or shadows cast by the terrain. However, as time had passed, there remains a lingering uncertainty about the original nature of this face. What do you think? What do you think is going on here? Coming across stones arranged like that by the seaside is already intriguing, but what's mind-boggling is that some of the stones are actually moving mid-air. There's even a large stone floating with smaller stones rotating around it. What in the world is this? Some might think this is a clever illusion, perhaps even some advanced technology at work. Others wonder if it's evidence of something supernatural or otherworldly. As intriguing as those may sound, let's not forget the many advancements in special effects and video editing. In today's digital age, creating such illusions on camera is entirely possible. That's my take, though. What do you think? Lenny G., a well-known artist, was driving home one night when something strange happened.
Bro, what am I hearing on my radio? This shit creeping me the out. Nigga.
Out of nowhere, a bright flash of light appeared in the sky, catching him off guard. Almost immediately after the flash, his car radio began to emit an unusual sound. It wasn't music, nor was it the typical static or glitch you might expect from a malfunctioning radio. It was something far stranger, an eerie, almost unidentifiable noise that left him unsettled. Could this bizarre radio interference be linked to the flash of light? Was it perhaps a form of alien communication or something else entirely? The timing between the flash and the radio's strange behavior is too curious to ignore. What do you think? Is there a connection between the two? And could Lenny have experienced something otherworldly that night?
Bro, what am I hearing on my radio? This shit creeping me the out. Nigga.
That big ass iguana just fell from the roof. Look at him. Yo, that is a monster. Holy shit! What in the f?
Did that startle you? We may or may not have thrown our phones away out of fright and broken the screen. Anyway, back to the clip. The lady who recorded this started to record because she heard something fall from her roof. We're not sure how high it is or how a lizard this ginormous made its way up there, but I'm pretty sure she thought it was very hurt. I did too. That was at least until it dashed toward her. She and her family have decided to call it the iguana squatch, which is quite a fitting name. Once she uploaded this, everyone suggested she made stew or soup with it. Not sure what that would taste like, but what would you have done in her situation?
That big ass iguana just fell from the roof. Look at him. Yo, that is a monster. Holy shit! What in the f?
TikTok users D's Dark Adventures posted something chilling to her page.
Yeah. Hi. Hi.
In the video, she's gone hiking in the woods in Ohio. As she was deep in the woods, she began to feel uneasy, so she took out her phone and began recording. That's when she saw it. A very tall, dark figure with glowing eyes stood in the shadows. Terrified, she began to run. As she reached a clear field, she looked back and saw the dark figure still pursuing her. Panicked, she screamed and yelled at it, trying to scare it away, but it didn't budge. Luckily, she managed to run out of the woods safely. This encounter is straight out of a horror movie. The tall, dark figure with glowing eyes is reminiscent of numerous folklore and urban legends about shadowy entities that haunt forests and remote areas. Such figures are often described as malevolent spirits, guardians of the woods, or even cryptids. What do you think this dark entity could be?
Hi. Hi.
So I've heard of every living creature having its own unique sounds and frequency. What I didn't expect was to one day wake up to individuals recording music or sounds from plants. Confused? Well, watch this.
You ever heard what a lavender plant sounds like? Let's take a listen.
So this lady approaches the lavender plant, connects a couple of wires, and we get to hear music that's coming from the plant. I was very ready to come on here and type a fake. After some research, however, I had a change of mind and heart. There's actually a technology out there that's capable of this, and the most prominent of these is PlantWave. The technology works by converting plant biorhythms into music. Sensors or wires are attached to the plant, and then the PlantWave technology detects the changes in the plants based on the moving water around. These are then graphed and then translated into pitch and then run through instruments designed by the firm, which gives the music we hear from the plants. It's a tad complex, but hopefully I was able to capture the essentials in this explanation. Now tell me, what plant would you want to try this technology on? Don't be shy, I would be reading the comments.
Something up there on that hill.
A hiker was out in the woods alone when he noticed something unusual moving through the bushes. Naturally, he took out his phone to capture it on camera. As you can see in the footage, there's clearly something moving. It's a bipedal figure, though the exact details are hard to make out. According to the hiker, the creature had the head of a dog but stood on two legs like a human, something often referred to as a dogman. The footage has people divided. Some call it proof of the mysterious creature, while others suggest it could be an animal or even someone in a costume. What do you make of it? Could this really be evidence of the elusive dogman, or is there a simpler explanation hidden in those shadows?
Something up there on that hill.
A group of friends were out one day when they came across something truly bizarre. A car parked on the side of the road that seemed to change color.
Oh my god, did you guys just see that? That's mad.
Oh my god, what's that?
It just changed color.
Wait, look, there's someone else coming. What? Is that a portrait?
That's unreal.
How did they do that?
The strange thing was that the car's color would shift depending on the color of the clothing worn by the people passing by. One moment it was red, and the next it turned blue when someone wearing a different colored outfit walked past. It appeared almost as if the car was camouflaging itself, adapting to its surroundings. Now, this is quite the spectacle, but it does raise the question. Could this be a real high-tech camouflaging car, or is the footage cleverly edited? With the rise of visual effects and editing technology, it's possible that this could be a digital trick, but we can't entirely dismiss the idea of cutting-edge tech either. Color-changing materials and adaptive camouflage exist in theory, and car manufacturers have been exploring these futuristic concepts. What do you think? Could this be an actual breakthrough in vehicle technology or just a digital trick? Share your thoughts.
my god, it just changed again. What? That's so cool.
How about that, mate?
Watch this, watch this.
Have you ever experienced a situation where someone claims that they saw you in a place at a time when you were in a very different place somewhere else? Recently, a woman shared a bizarre experience on YouTube. Take a look. She received a video from the police one morning that showed her crawling around a car strangely and inhumanely, almost as if she were possessed. The footage was from her neighbor's security camera. What makes this story creepier is that the woman in the video was her, but she's absolutely certain that she was at home sleeping at the time and has no recollection of being outside. Some people suggested that she could have been sleepwalking, while others mentioned the possibility of the woman being on Ambien, a medication known to cause strange behavior. However, the woman did not mention that she was on any medication. Another theory that people have suggested is that the woman in the clip could be a shapeshifter. Shapeshifters are creatures that can transform into different shapes or forms, and some people believe that they exist in our world. One commenter even suggested that either possessed people or shapeshifters don't need to eat you to look like you, like a skinwalker supposedly does. If this is to be believed, it means there's a being going around her city or township, shape-shifting into her and probably other individuals and doing weird stuff. It's definitely bizarre and hard to explain. What do you make of it, though? Here we have another object that was seen in the sky. It was an oddly shaped-looking craft, or whatever this is, that was rotating in one place in the sky. Could this be some type of new technology being tested out, a glimpse into the future of aerial innovation, or perhaps it's just a drone buzzing about in the skies above? While you think of answers to this, remember that this was captured in the sky from what appears to be the window of a plane. If this is real, it must have taken some effort to keep all passengers quiet. But don't let me make you think this might be a hoax. What are your thoughts? Remember when I mentioned Julius wanted to include a scientific video in exchange for his perspectives? Well, this is one from him for all who want to live healthily and age with their strength intact. Enjoy. Fasting plays a vital role in the body's metabolic processes, particularly in how it manages energy and combats harmful cells. Normally, when we eat, the food is broken down into glucose, which provides fuel for our cells. However, this glucose doesn't only nourish healthy cells, it also feeds zombie cells, damaged cells that have stopped functioning properly but continue to linger in the body. These cells contribute to a buildup of toxic sludge that spreads to neighboring healthy cells, accelerating aging and leading to conditions like hair loss, wrinkles, arthritis, cancer, and even dementia. Fasting disrupts this cycle by cutting off the glucose supply to these zombie cells, essentially starving them and preventing further harm to the body. In addition to eliminating harmful cells, fasting also helps the body manage energy more efficiently. When food is plentiful, excess energy is stored as fat beneath the skin and around vital organs. During periods of fasting or scarcity, this fat is sent to the liver where it's converted into ketones. Ketones act as an emergency energy source for both the body and the brain, ensuring continued function even in the absence of food. This metabolic shift not only promotes fat loss, but also enhances overall body function by tapping into stored energy reserves, making fasting an effective tool for both health and longevity. That was a lot, but a lot of good information. Let's just say after watching this, I'm also fasting. Maybe you should too. There's a trend that's been gaining momentum recently where people are discovering bizarre and mysterious things on Google Earth. Some of these findings are downright strange and have sparked plenty of curiosity. One eerie discovery took place in the middle of the Nevada desert. On the ground, a large spiral pattern was clearly visible, with a group of people standing around it, dressed in robes. What could they possibly be doing out there? Another person was exploring the coastlines of California when they stumbled upon something even stranger. A massive head resembling a dinosaur peeking through an opening at the base of a mountain. It looks as if the head is carved into the rock, but its size and lifelike appearance are what make it so mysterious. And in yet another odd finding, someone came across a man and woman inside what looked like a cave structure, both dressed in ceremonial clothing. From the setup, it seems like they were about to perform some kind of ritual. It makes you wonder what else could be hiding in plain sight on Google Earth. What do you think these creatures in the sky could be? No, well, go ahead and guess. Done? Did you by any chance guess mosquitoes? Yes, they are, in fact, mosquitoes. Residents of Kamchatka, Russia, were in for a surprise when they were forced to evacuate the streets and stay inside their homes with all the doors and windows locked due to a mosquito infestation that, much like a storm, had taken over the entire area. The sheer number of mosquitoes was astounding, making it impossible to even step out of the house without being covered in them. The swarm was so thick that it was hard to see anything beyond it, creating a hazy atmosphere that made it difficult to breathe. The last one was a bit of an exaggeration, but you get the idea. While dealing with a few mosquitoes is easy with a swat or a clap of your hand, this swarm was far beyond anyone's control. The residents had to stay indoors and wait for the situation to be resolved before they could venture out again. The authorities worked tirelessly to eliminate the swarm, but it took several days of fumigation and spraying before the area was safe again. I don't know, but it makes me want to add the location to the list of places I would want to visit. So what say you? Would you try this weird Oreo cookie? The cream in the Oreo looks to be pulsating or moving. Could this be a real-life Oreo creation or perhaps just a clever trick of CGI? It's tough to say for certain without more information. As for me, well, I'm all for trying new things, but I think I might pass on this particular cookie. The pulsating cream gives me a bit of pause, you see. But hey, for those brave souls willing to take the plunge, who knows? It might just be a deliciously bizarre treat after all. Now that I think about it, who knows? I might actually try it. While you share your thoughts, allow me to chip in this clip as well. Just in case you didn't catch that, allow me to describe what just happened. This duo were taking a walk when all of a sudden one of them held his chest in pain while the other ducked and ran away. From the clip, however, we can see that the activity was preceded by some glowing neon lights which briefly made contact with the man and retreated. A second one came flying, but his friend was already gone and he was holding his chest. The clip is set up in such a way that it suggests that the neon light is the reason the man is holding his chest, but why? Well, anyone who is a fan of Star Wars or any space adventure and futuristic movie will recognize that this looks like the guns soldiers from advanced civilizations use. But this is reality, not fiction. Do we have the technology to create that? Well, as far as we know, no. But then again, the government doesn't tell us everything. The paranormal community is divided on this. Some believe this is fake and meant to mislead this community, while others believe this is real and probably top secret. While they debate what the truth is, I can't help but wonder why the man's friend would just leave him like that. If they're truly friends, this is a bad look, but then again, if the clip is to be believed and those were truly some form of weaponized laser, does running in the direction they are from mean he is dead or was at least trying to save his buddy's life? I guess we'll never really know. Ladies, this one's for you. According to recent research, 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 are expected to be single within the next 6 years. This projection has raised eyebrows, and it's believed that several factors contribute to this trend, including cultural shifts, changing preferences, increased focus on mental and emotional well-being, and the desire for independence. With more women choosing careers, prioritizing self-growth, and redefining what relationships mean to them, it's no wonder we're seeing this shift. What do you think of this trend? Does it reflect your perspective or experience? Take a look at this display of nature's power and terror. Someone captured this breathtaking footage of what appears to be a funnel cloud turning into a tornado. This footage was taken in Chihuahua, Mexico. Imagine standing there, watching as the whirling funnel clouds descends from the sky, gradually touching down and transforming into a full-blown tornado. The raw power and unpredictability of nature in action are both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Tornadoes are one of the most powerful and destructive weather phenomena on Earth, capable of causing immense damage in a matter of minutes. The sight of one forming before your eyes is a stark reminder of the sheer force of nature and how small we are in comparison. Have you ever witnessed a tornado or other extreme weather events in person? Share your experience. Archaeologists have made a jaw-dropping discovery in Egypt, a pharaoh with a reptilian face. This creature, said to have a leathery texture to its skin, has led them to believe that it's not a statue but an actual being. This creature stands an astonishing 9 feet tall and has a wound under its left armpit, which archaeologists believe must have been the cause of its death. This fascinating find was uncovered in an unmarked grave in the Valley of the Kings, a place known for its rich history and royal burials. The implications of this discovery are enormous. Could this be proof of reptilian beings on Earth? For years, theories about reptilian creatures, often linked to myths and conspiracy theories, have been floating around. This find could potentially validate those stories. Either way, the discovery raises many questions. Who was this creature? How did it come to be buried in the Valley of the Kings? What was its role in ancient Egyptian society? And most intriguingly, could there have been more of these beings living among humans in the past? From Colorado, we go all the way to a hidden location in Europe where an individual believes they might have captured something otherworldly. Take a look. In the clip, we're introduced to a water body with an odd circle within it. A quick look into the circle reveals that there's something in it as well. We aren't sure what it is, but it moves within the water as though it were opening up and then closing. This is sure to freak out or at least intrigue anyone who saw it. We're not sure what our investigator was feeling, only that he recorded what he saw and placed it online so you and I could provide him with answers. Many theories have come up and gone out, but Aaron holds on to the view that this might be a portal to some unknown world of reality. Personally, I get why he thinks that, but until we can visit the location and test it out, we can only speculate. Who knows, it may even lead to hollow Earth. I mean, well, it's not impossible, is it? A man was out on Miami Beach gazing toward the horizon when something unusual caught his eye. Far out at sea, a shadowy figure of what appeared to be buildings loomed on the horizon. Intrigued, he zoomed in with his camera, expecting it to be a ship or some sort of optical illusion. But it wasn't. These figures looked like actual structures. Given the geography of the area, there are no buildings near the ocean's horizon that could explain this eerie sight. So what could this be? Could it be a secret structure being built far out to sea, perhaps an advanced hidden project the public isn't aware of? Or could this be a rare optical phenomenon like a mirage projecting distant structures from far-off lands? The sight was strange enough to leave everyone questioning what was really out there in the vast ocean. Some, however, pointed out the possibility of it being a container ship. That sounds plausible, but you guys let me know what you think. Just look at this footage right here. The clouds in the sky appear to be in flames. How is this possible? Well, it's not as impossible as it seems. What you're witnessing is a phenomenon known as a fire rainbow or circumhorizontal arc. This happens when sunlight passes through ice crystals in cirrus clouds high in the atmosphere. The light refracts and creates a spectrum of colors, giving the appearance that the clouds are on fire. These fire rainbows are rare and require very specific conditions to form. The sun has to be high in the sky at an angle of 58 degrees or more, and the ice crystals in the clouds must be plate-shaped and aligned horizontally to refract the light just right. So while it might look like the sky itself is burning, it's actually a stunning optical illusion created by nature. Have you heard of the infamous Alpine Loop sighting in Utah? The Alpine Loop, a scenic byway winding through the Uinta-Wasatch National Forest, is renowned for its breathtaking views and natural beauty. But it's also known for something far more mysterious, sightings of unusual lights or objects in the sky. Drivers and hikers along the Alpine route have reported seeing bright lights, unexplained aerial movements, and other strange occurrences that defy easy explanation. In this particular footage, a hiker was exploring the Alpine Loop when he came across something truly astonishing. Moving from afar among the dried-up tall grass was a dark, massive figure towering over the nearby trees. The owner of the footage believes this is a Bigfoot sighting. Given the history of the strange occurrences and unexplained sightings in the Alpine Loop area, this footage adds another layer of intrigue. The possibility of encountering a Bigfoot, a creature that has fueled countless myths and stories, makes the sighting even more captivating. So what are your thoughts? Is this footage genuine evidence of Bigfoot lurking in the Alpine Loop, or could there be another explanation?
Holy sh**. Holy sh**. Holy sh**. What is that?
A man shared a video recently taken during the early morning hours of September the 13th, 2024 in Virginia. As he was driving, he captured something incredibly strange in the sky. A bright bluish light stretched across the horizon, almost like something was breaching the Earth's atmosphere. It didn't look like anything he'd seen before. Some are speculating it could have been a rocket launch, but there was no official reports of such an event in the area or at the time. So what exactly did he capture? Could it have been a UFO or perhaps something else altogether? I guess we'll never know.
Holy sh**. Holy sh**. Holy sh**. What is that?
There are a whole lot of people who live their lives solely based on their zodiac sign. Well, if you're one of them, I hate to break it to you, but you might be identifying with the wrong sign.
NASA did the math and realized that the ancient astrological calculations were actually off. Turns out there are actually 13 signs, not 12. There's a new one. It's called Ophiuchus. It's for people whose birthdays between November 29th and December 17th.
A new zodiac sign has been discovered, and now instead of 12, there are 13 zodiac signs. The addition is called Ophiuchus, and it shifts the entire zodiac calendar, changing all the dates allocated for each sign. So if you're still following the traditional system, you might want to check out this updated table. It could mean that you're no longer the sign you thought you were. Here's how the new zodiac lineup looks. Now take a look at where your birthday falls. Are you still the same sign, or has your zodiac shifted? Let us know your thoughts.
You were a Taurus.
No, I ain't no word. What you mean? What you mean word? New dates. Whoa. I'm an Aries? What the hell?
A subscriber reached out for assistance in identifying a strange creature that was captured in footage that they allegedly recorded. The footage showed the creature standing in someone's compound behind a railing, appearing to be an alien or goblin-like figure. The creature stood awkwardly facing the camera, but its features were difficult to discern due to the lighting conditions, as it was late in the evening. Suddenly, another creature appeared out of nowhere behind the first one and ran across the compound out of the camera's view. This caused the first creature to flee as well. Once we got the clip and info, we decided to analyze it to see if we could determine where and when it was shot. It didn't take too long for us to discover its origins, though. A team member saw a similar clip on one of the paranormal platforms, and that's when we discovered this was not real, but a cutscene from a video game called Abe's Odd World. A hiker captured a video of a mysterious object while out on a walk. He does appear to be filming from a mountainous location with cloudy weather. Despite being cloudy, the silhouette of a large craft could be seen hovering over a mountain with some intricate structure on it. Anyone who sees this will scream, "Alien!" Unless, of course, they've seen the movie District 9. A large chunk of those who saw it called it a UFO, while others speculated it might be a military base. However, one person pointed out that the video had to be fake, as this was a scene from the movie District 9. This led to a debate among internet users, with some stating it was the real deal, while others thought it was nothing more than just a hoax. Despite this controversy surrounding the video, it remains a mystery as to what the object was. What do you think? Do you believe that the video is authentic, or do you subscribe to the idea that it's a hoax? A lot of people don't realize this, but we're constantly being watched. Every moment of our lives is being recorded, and there's advanced software out there that can track down the exact moment a photo was taken. How? By using surveillance cameras all around us. Let me explain. Imagine a man taking a picture on the left side of the screen. On the right, you'll see footage from surveillance cameras capturing that exact moment when the picture was taken. The photo is fed into the software, and it scans all available surveillance in the area, identifying the moment when the picture was snapped. This is freaky. It means that our devices and surveillance cameras are tracking us whether we know it or not. What do you think about these types of inventions? Does it help society, or is it a sign that privacy is slowly disappearing from our lives? What comes to mind when you hear the word Romania? For believers in the paranormal, all sorts of lore come to mind, including vampires, werewolves, and what have you. Take a look at this clip, for instance. clip starts off showing a parked vehicle. A few seconds in, we see a humanoid being or creature walk by the vehicle. While it does look humanoid, there's something unsettling about it. The individual whose camera recorded this uploaded it online, and once people knew it came from Romania, many theories started coming up. The theories ranged from vampires to werewolves to night creatures and what have you. To be honest, I can't blame them. A year ago, I would have screamed the same thing, but thanks to Julius's influence, I took a second look and started to feel it might just be an old lady leaning on the vehicle for support. Maybe she's got a dog with her on a leash as well. When such a scene is recorded on a low-quality camera, it can look otherworldly, which is what I think is happening here. But then again, that's just me. You guys can see the clip too, so what do you think? Yup, a dragon. Someone actually posted this online as a clip of a real and genuine dragon. Naturally, this has thousands of individuals talking and debating its authenticity, and it's not very surprising. In various cultures, dragons are mythical creatures that are often depicted as large, majestic beings with wings and a serpent-like body. They're believed to have lived on Earth in ancient times. While this has some features similar to the legendary dragon, it has no wings or legs and is slithering up a rock. It's also got a pretty big head with thorns to match. Although it's large, it's not nearly as ginormous as a mythical dragon is expected to be. Naturally, the clip started a debate, with some believing it was real and many more believing it was nothing but CGI work from a movie. Simply put, that creature is not real. While I love dragons, I must say that this clip does have some red flags. I mean, I doubt a real dragon will have let you get that close enough to film it. The clip doesn't appear to be shot by drone or trail cam either, which makes me doubt its authenticity. Nonetheless, everyone is intrigued by the possibility of a real-life modern-day dragon. In fact, a part of me wishes we were wrong and this was the real deal. But hey, that's just me. Also, what do you think? Do you think this could be authentic, or do you side with the masses that this is just CGI? Only the Avatar, master of all four elements, could stop them, but when the world needed him most, he vanished. Well, don't mind me, it had to be done. Someone captured this strange situation in a flowing water body. As the water was rushing, there appeared a strange humanoid figure, but just as quickly as it appeared, it disappeared into the waters. Many people have been trying to come up with theories to explain what caused this strange occurrence. One of the most common suggestions is that there is a gateway in the waters that transported this being to another dimension or civilization. This idea has been fueled by discussions about possible portals around the world, and this occurrence could be seen as evidence of their existence. Some also think that this could have been a water elemental in human form. You know, those ancient mythical beings made entirely of water, often depicted in fantasy as powerful entities capable of controlling bodies of water and associated with the forces of the ocean, lakes, and rivers. However, some skeptics believe that the video has been digitally manipulated using CGI to create the appearance of a humanoid figure in the water. What do you think? Walking away from fluoride, we turn our eyes to the skies, where there appears to be a man walking, and yes, walking in the sky. This was uploaded to one of our platforms by a lady whose trip was interrupted by this sight. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary capture, but once she starts zooming in, we see a white being walking on the clouds like a man would. The difference here is the fact that the being appears to be made of the same substance as the cloud. Is this even possible? Oh, I'm no Julius, but even I know that's not supposed to be possible. This was recorded in China, and it's caused quite a stir on our platforms. A number of people who saw this believed the deities were giving us proof of their existence. A chunk of the community felt that it was ludicrous and believed this was nothing more than AI. You've seen the clip too, right? Which side are you leaning toward? If none of their perspectives resonate with you, how would you interpret what's happening? Let us know in the comments section. In this eerie footage from Brazil's dense forests, what seems like a towering, long-necked creature at first glance quickly morphs into something far more unnerving, a giant snake standing upright. The sheer size and height of this serpent is jaw-dropping, making viewers question if such a sight could really be possible. This sighting has people talking about the legendary Yakumama, a mythical giant serpent from South American folklore. The Yakumama, often described as a snake so massive it could devour anything in its path, is said to inhabit the Amazon River and its surrounding areas. According to local legends, the Yakumama has been feared for centuries, with stories of it being able to create massive waves by simply thrashing in the water. Could this footage be a real-life encounter with the legendary Yakumama, or is it just an unusually large snake captured on camera? What do you think? An individual managed to capture a striking image of this massive, thick, glowing white ring in the sky. While some natural phenomena, such as weather patterns or atmospheric disturbances, can potentially create such spectacles, it's difficult to ignore the possibility of a portal situation. The ring appeared to be stationary in the sky without any visible motion or changes in shape. The edges of the ring were well defined and seemed to emit a bright white light. The center of the ring was slightly darker but still emitted a faint glow. This phenomena has left many people wondering about its origin and purpose. About a quarter of the team at Classified Captures think this might be some natural phenomenon. Another quarter think this might be a portal and remain sitting on the fence or thinking it's a hoax. What about you? What do you think? This clip comes from another person who believes she was being watched. Unlike the lady in Canada, however, this person wasn't alone. She was with a friend and they decided to take pictures since they couldn't see anything or anyone. For the most part, most of the pictures were blank until, well, the one on your screen was taken. At first glance, it looks like nothing but smoke, but the more you look at the image, the more you notice a few things. Pay attention to the part closest to the doorknob. Am I crazy to think it looks like a hand? The lady states that they felt like the place was being haunted and they weren't alone. They started taking random pictures because, well, they heard spirits show up in the pictures. They managed to capture this in one of the images and they believe it's legit. And some of my team members think that the spirit was trying to get away from, well, what they took in the picture, which is why it's not fully formed. I get where you're going with that, but it also feels like a stretch. I don't know. What do you think?